Hey everyone, welcome to CanIPhish. I'm super excited to show you how easy it is to get started with our platform. Today we're going to walk through the basic functionality, how it works, and most importantly, how to launch your first campaign. Let's get started. As you can see on my screen, CanIPhish is a completely self-service platform. We take care of the infrastructure and content. Now this extends well beyond just simulated phishing. CanIPhish is a comprehensive security awareness training tool with a suite of micro-learning modules that you can take advantage of. Whether your goal is to test your employees and boost your organization's phish spotting skills, or to meet your compliance obligations, we've got all the tools you need right here to get the job done. Let's take a quick tour. Right off the bat, you'll notice we've equipped CanIPhish with a huge variety of ready-to-use phishing scenarios. Our library of content includes popular business tools such as Microsoft Teams, Gmail, Dropbox, LinkedIn, DocuSign, and much more. As well as regular phishing, we also leverage generative AI to engage in conversational phishing. This mimics a common phishing technique where the attacker engages in a back and forth with the victim, building trust before attempting to deliver the phishing payload. One of the standout features is our multilingual support. CanIPhish supports 74 languages, so it doesn't matter if your team's based in Tokyo or Toronto, you can deliver content that's understandable and relevant. It's a perfect solution for organizations whose employees are spread across different regions. Now, each of these email templates are trying to entice the users to perform an action. Whether that's to download an attachment, click on a phishing link, or respond to the email. In a conversational phishing attack, the AI will attempt to entice the user to perform one of those actions, but after engaging in a conversation. If the user clicks on a phishing link, they'll be redirected to one of the phishing websites. Now, these phishing websites look and feel exactly like the real deal, but it's important to note that while we allow users to put something in the user field, as soon as they try to input anything in the password field, there's an automatic redirect that takes them to an educational page. While this page is configurable, like most things on the platform, we highly recommend having an educational page when someone falls for a phishing email. This takes advantage of those vulnerable few moments, and it's a great opportunity for an educational moment. What's unique and super cool about this page is that it actually takes the user through the exact email they just fell victim to. It helps them to learn from their mistakes and to do better at spotting the phish next time. If we jump back into the platform, you'll see that we have a vast amount of websites. Now, the awesome thing about this is that we take care of all the infrastructure. These websites are ready to use right out of the box, and there's no setup required on your end. We also maintain and add to them on a regular basis to keep them current and the library expanding. We also offer a full suite of training modules right out of the box. These are assigned to users when they fall for a phishing attack, or they can be assigned to users in standalone security awareness training. What's great about these is that they're fully customizable. You can adjust nearly every aspect of it to fit exactly what you need. Plus, they're multilingual, so you can cater to a diverse workforce. These training sessions are designed to be quick micro-learnings, taking just 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Each one starts with a video that introduces the topic, followed by a mixture of quiz-based and educational content. If a user scores 70% or higher, they're marked as complete. It's a streamlined way to ensure everyone gets up to speed quickly and effectively. We also have skill levels on our training modules. As you can see here, we have beginner, we have intermediate, and then we also have some advanced trainings. We use these skill levels to make sure that the content that we serve is relevant to your users. With some machine learning algorithms in place, we will constantly keep track of how your users are interacting with the platform. Are they doing well with their trainings? Are they doing them on time? Do they have trainings outstanding? All of these metrics add up to a user's security IQ. What this does is really drives engagement with your organization, making sure users that are doing all their training are receiving more advanced material that keeps them engaged, while the users that are more at risk are receiving beginner level training, which helps them to nail down the fundamentals of phishing awareness and cybersecurity. Now that you've seen some of the phishing material and training modules, let's get started with onboarding CanIPhish. A great place to start is the welcome checklist. Here you'll find an intuitive 3-step guide on how to get started. One thing I'd like to mention is that CanIPhish has a massive knowledge base. For just about every action you're trying to achieve on the platform, there's a dedicated knowledge base article with step-by-step instructions and video tutorials to help serve you. So if you get stuck, head to our knowledge base and use the search bar to find what you're looking for. Now, let's jump back into these 3 steps so we can send our first campaign. Step 1. Importing your employees. But before we go adding any employees, let's quickly talk about directory syncing. If your organization uses Azure AD or Google Workspace, in a few clicks you can connect CanIPhish to integrate seamlessly with your directory groups. This automatic syncing is a huge time saver, especially for larger companies of 50, 100, or even more employees. Okay, back to adding your employees. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll use the manual import function. So go ahead and download the template. When you open the CSV template, you will see some pre-populated information, which is just an example. What you want to do is change that information to be relevant to your organization. Keep in mind that email address is the only field that is a requirement. However, we highly recommend adding additional information. This will be used further down the line to personalize the simulated phishing emails. What I'm going to do is just change the email address so that the domain matches the domain of the tenant that I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and save that file and then import it into the platform. Click Upload File. Now you can see that those 2 users have been added to this employee list. Let's go ahead and give it a name. Once you've done that, click Save. Now that we've completed step 1, let's move on to step 2, email allow listing. Before you send out a simulated phishing campaign, you need to allow list CanIPhish mail servers. The reason for this is that your email security solution can't distinguish between a real phishing attack and a simulated one. The good news is that both Microsoft and Google support allow listing, and getting set up is usually a really straightforward process. Be mindful that if you're using additional email filtering technologies, you will need to add allow listing rules to prevent CanIPhish emails from being classified as spam or phishing. Allow listing is an essential step to ensure that your campaigns run smoothly. We have extensive knowledge base articles to cover all the major services. One cool feature about CanIPhish is that we integrate directly with Microsoft 365 through the Graph API. Using this API, we can inject simulated phishing emails directly into employees' inboxes, bypassing the need for email allow listing. Okay, if you're following along with me and getting set up for the first time, I suggest pausing the video here and jumping back in once you've finished setting up allow listing. Now with setup out the way, you're ready to launch your first campaign. We've created CanIPhish to be ultra intuitive, keeping the most used features front and center. We'll be running a simple phishing and training campaign today, using mainly the default settings and out-of-the-box phishing material. Click Schedule Campaign. Here is our new campaign wizard, which is designed to guide you through the process with ease. You have 3 campaign types to choose from. First we have simulated phishing, next is security awareness training, and 3 a combination of both, which is what we'll be using for this demonstration. In this combined setup, if an employee falls for the simulated phish, they will automatically be assigned supplementary training, meaning that you're providing training to those who need it most. Start by giving your campaign a name. We'll call this Baseline Test. Then select your employee list you just created and click Next to proceed. Now let's choose the phishing material. A unique feature here is our live interaction statistics, which show how users across the whole platform have engaged with each phishing template. This helps you understand the difficulty of each email. For this exercise, let's focus on the more challenging ones. Use the filters to select Hard and then click Apply Filter. In this scenario, we're going to send more than one phishing email to create a realistic phishing scenario. Now, my organization uses Microsoft. We also use Jira and DocuSign and Xero, so let's stick with those. After selecting a few relevant templates to you, click Next. Now we're going to select the training material. This will be assigned if an employee falls victim to the phishing attack. There are multiple assignment types that you can use. First, you can intelligently assign one of the selected training. Material selection is based on employees' previous training results. Over time, the platform will use machine learning to build an understanding of each person's security awareness. So this is an excellent feature to use when you're running a recurring campaign or have used the platform for a few months. Next, we have assign all of the selected trainings. This is a great option for your first campaign. It will assign every training selected, which will rapidly upskill users who fall for the phishing attack. Let's use this assignment type. Now let's choose the training modules we want to use with this campaign. I'll choose these top 3 beginner level modules and click Next. Alright, let's get into setting up the delivery schedule for our campaign. This feature is super handy because it lets you spread out the phishing emails over a set period. Now, why would we want to do this? Well, if all of your phishing emails land at once, there's a chance employees might give each other the heads up, and using a schedule helps to avoid this. For example, you could schedule the phishing campaign to roll out over 2 days. Emails would be delivered at random during the specified times, so this will keep everyone on their toes. For our demonstration, however, we will be using Deliver Immediately, as we only have 2 users. Now, when it comes to frequency, you've got options. If you want your campaigns to run more than once, setting up a recurring schedule is super easy and it helps to automate your training program. But for today, let's keep it really simple. We're running this campaign just once to create a baseline, so we'll choose that option and click Next. Finally, you'll reach the review page, where you can double check the settings for your campaign. Make sure everything looks good and then click Submit. In the next part of our demonstration, we'll actually watch one of these phishing emails hit my inbox. And guess what? I'm going to take the bait this time. This will give us a real-time look at CanIPhish in action. Perfect timing. That email has just arrived in my inbox. Let's get phished. So it looks like I've been hit with a Jira email. As you can see, this email looks and feels exactly like the real thing. So let's see what this requirements document's all about. So here you can see I'm presented with a Jira login page. The system will allow me to put anything in the username field, but as soon as I put a keystroke in the password field, there's that automatic redirect. Now let's unpack a few things that just happened in the back end. First off, the system has detected that I've been compromised. This information is captured and reflected back in our campaign statistics. Secondly, the platform has automatically created a learner account for me, and I've just received an email with information about how to log into my dashboard. Let's go ahead and open that email to see exactly what it looks like and explore the next steps to accessing the dashboard. So users can use the login URL and then enter their access token. They can always come back to this as their access token remains the same. And this is where employees will complete their assigned training. What's exciting about CanIPhish is that it's fully gamified. As users engage in positive security behaviors, like dodging phishing attacks or completing training promptly, they earn badges. There are also negative badges for actions that might put your organization at risk, such as falling for phishing or having overdue assignments. All these interactions, the good and the bad, are tallied up into a badge score. And this appears on your company leaderboard, which can be accessed by admins on the main dashboard panel. Now let's head back into the platform to see how the compromise event has been tracked. Now we're back in the platform's campaign section. You can see your stats by clicking on the relevant campaign, or you can head over to the reporting section, which is where we'll go now. Think of this section as your reporting command center. Here you have the ability to see overall stats or even drill down into the details of an individual employee's actions. Let's start by looking at the phishing stats, and we'll touch on each metric. Email delivered. This indicates if the email was successfully sent from our mail servers. Email viewed. This indicates whether the email has been opened by the employee. Reply received. Now this column is particularly relevant for conversational phishing simulations, and it tracks if the user replied back to the AI. Payload interaction. This indicates the employee clicked on the phishing link. Employee compromised. This checks if the employee went a step further and attempted to enter credentials into a phishing website, divulged information to the AI over email, or opened a phishing attachment. Email reported. This shows whether the phishing attempt was reported by the employee. This functionality can be set up in the platform management section. Each of these metrics provide valuable insights into how effectively your organization is handling potential security threats. Now let's shift our focus to the training aspect of the campaign. As you saw earlier, I fell for the phishing email, which triggered the assignment of 3 specific training modules. On the dashboard, you can see the details of these trainings. Once I complete each module, the platform will update with my passing scores and dates of completion. The status of each training will be changed to complete. And that wraps up our guide on setting up and launching your first campaign with CanIPhish. Now, as we move into the final section of this video, let's explore some handy settings and features that can help you to get the most out of the platform. As I mentioned earlier, CanIPhish keeps it straightforward. We always give you the primary functionality front and center, but it's also packed with advanced features. Let's explore some of these so that you can fully leverage the platform. CanIPhish supports comprehensive role-based access controls, including roles for admins, users, and reporters. We recommend using access controls if you're going to be adding additional platform users, and we also recommend enabling multi-factor authentication right off the bat. CanIPhish has powerful multi-language capabilities, and we support 74 languages. We allow you to set the default language for phishing emails, training modules, and even email notifications. Now, when it comes to what happens when someone clicks on a phishing link, you're in control. By default, users are directed to an immediate learning page, but you can customize this. You can set it to direct to your own learning website, or you can configure it to do nothing at all. It's up to you. CanIPhish has a report fish add-on for Gmail and Outlook, and we also support integration with the native Outlook report phishing functionality. For detailed setup instructions, check out our support articles. You have full control over the automated notifications sent to users. This is the perfect customization capability for users looking to seamlessly integrate security awareness training into your organization. CanIPhish also offers full white label capabilities on our enterprise tier, and this allows you to completely rebrand CanIPhish with your own logos and domain names. It's a great way to enhance brand consistency and drive engagement with the platform. And the last setting I want to touch on is the ability to change the look and feel of the training modules. Feel free to go through and select which theme suits your organization's aesthetic best. By taking advantage of these features, you can tailor CanIPhish not just to meet your security training needs, but to also fit perfectly into your organizational culture. Now, we've covered a lot today, but CanIPhish still has plenty more under the hood, such as customized sender profiles, single sign-on, dark web monitoring, risk-based phishing, an API, partner functionality for managed service providers, and much, much more. So if you're keen to explore the platform further or launch your first campaign, grab yourself a free account and get started today. I hope that you've enjoyed this demonstration video, and thanks for watching.